Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today. I was close to Dog Beach in Huntington Beach, so parked on one end and we're just going to walk on out. Hopefully we'll see some doggies. And I want to talk about something that's impending doom, and that is we are about to have the worst real estate market crash in history. And I'm convinced of it. And based on a couple articles I got today and talking to different people, I think that this is just impending doom that's about to happen. So before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Don't forget, if you'd like more access to me, I have a Patreon channel where you can get more access to me. Also, if you need help with your business or your personal finances or anything I can help you guys out with, sign up for Patreon. Also, we've got an email list that you can sign up for in the video description below. It is incredible out here, first of all, because the tide is incredibly low. And one thing that happens is that the clams come out and you see them on the shore out here, which is really kind of a cool sight because, you know, people collect these little shells, but there are thousands and thousands of clams out here right now. And I'll try to get a shot of that for you. But real estate. The real estate market has done nothing but go up over the course of the last few years. We've seen this happen in history, and there's always been a correction. Now, in 2008, 2009, 2010, you know, there was a massive correction. And we saw prices drop to the floor, people lost their homes, people got liar loans, and people got different things to get them in the houses in the first place, and they probably shouldn't have been there. Okay? Well, this is kind of happening again, but on a much grander scale. And what I want to talk to you about is real estate prices have gone up through the absolute roof. Okay? The average house right now, at the end of 2021, sold for $477,000 in the United States. That's the highest we've ever seen real estate sell for. A year earlier, it was 403, and at the end of 2019, it was 384,000. We saw a 17.5% increase year over year. We saw a $93,000 increase in equity during that time as well. And now, in history, we've seen things like this happen before. And I was just talking to a real estate investor on the phone talking about how in the late 80s we saw things shoot up, and in 1990 there was a downturn and it went really bad through 1993. Well, here in Orange County we had a situation where the Orange County tax collector, Robert Citron, was basically, this guy was using taxpayer money and investing it in all these risky investments. And here's the way that this works. Whenever anybody does something risky and it pays off, they're a genius. This imbecile was using astrology to pick his different investments for the Orange County public's money. And it got caught up, and they ended up filing bankruptcy in December of 1994. Very famous story. I'll leave the link below so you guys can read that. But it coincided with the problems with real estate and the tax collecting of real estate, and people losing their homes, people not being able to pay for property taxes during that time. And I have a friend of mine who, you know, had a really tough time in the early 90s and was telling me, hey, Orange County would let you not pay your property taxes for 3 years before they would foreclose on the house. And this guy literally pushed it to the 11th hour with the county and paid his taxes in the last minute. But that's how bad it got for so many people then during that time. And then real estate shoots up again. You have the dot-com bubble that happens. And in 2001, you had 9/11. And with 9/11, what they did was they came up with derivative financing. They came up with liar loans, where basically you could sit there and have a stated income loan where you could basically tell the bank how much money you made. They would not verify a tax return. They barely had a pay stub that they would need to verify this income. So that being said, it just shot up during that time, and they encouraged everybody to buy homes and have home ownership. That was the big thing from 9/11. And then 2008 happens, and we all know the story. All hell breaks loose from there. But here's the thing. They really didn't fix it after 2008. And they kicked the can down the road, kicked the can down the road. I'm starting to run into the puppies now. So, they kicked the can down the road, and the one thing that you had is during Donald Trump's administration, they raised taxes, raised interest rates just to above 2%. And, that was a big deal. During that time, they started to lower them. Biden comes in, they're to the floor right now. The home ownership right now is at an all-time high, but you're seeing massive problems with the home builders. You're seeing massive problems with the supply chain for the home builder. You're seeing things like the appliances that we talked about in the last video. We're seeing things with garage doors. And yeah, I looked into a lot of garage doors are imported for the metal, the base metal to make a garage door. A lot of them are on those ships that we've been waiting for. And again, you've got customers that ordered things in June of last year waiting for delivery. So this is crazy that people are waiting this long. You're seeing appliances at an all-time high and spiking in price. You're seeing, today, spoke to my insurance man about homeowners insurance and renters insurance and how, yeah, it's going up 30%, Dan. That's how much it's going up right now. So people are complaining about this, but you're going to see problems with the new construction. The investor I spoke with today, he lives out in Riverside County. They were talking about an area called Banning and Beaumont, which is basically, it's not the nicest area, it's not the worst area, but they're building all these new homes out there. And 2 years ago, you had houses for 300 grand, and now they're at almost 600,000 right now. And they are building these on Cracker Jack box lots where you don't have a backyard, you've got 10 feet, the fence, and then your neighbor at 10 feet. And again, people are lining up to buy these houses. When does it end? And I think it's going to end relatively quickly because you're going to see problems with these builders where they will not be able to complete the houses. That's going to happen. And the problem with employment, the problem with middle management getting fired right now, we're seeing this all over the place that the most vulnerable employee right now is a middle manager right now. Well, this is the guy that can make anywhere in California from 100 to 300 grand, and he could be out of a job. Well, what happens if he doesn't have his house in order? He doesn't have any money saved up. He's going to lose the house. So again, when you add all this stuff up, everything is too precarious. Everything is too high. It's not just going to shoot up and continue to shoot up. Once the Fed does something, either they raise interest rates or they don't. Now, the Minneapolis Fed president, Neil Kashkari, he came out today and said, whoa, hold the phone. We don't need to be too aggressive with this. Again, the lies that we're being told, one day they're going to have interest rates by 1.75% by the end of the year. You guys, they should just raise the rates right now. That's what should happen in a realistic world and not this fake economy that we're living in. One day Russia's a problem, one day it's not a problem. Well, it's still a problem, guys. And if you look at the latest news, it's not going away anytime quick. So there's that. Now, the Fed's going to have to do something to either raise rates or do something to slow this inflation down. It cannot get to a point that everything continues to shoot up and your house that's, $377,000 is now $877,000. It cannot continue to go up like this. It just cannot. People cannot afford this. They cannot afford their insurance. JD wrote me today, hey Dan, my homeowner's insurance went up $300 this year for nothing. No claims, no nothing, but you get to pay $300 more. Where does that money come from in your budget? Okay, it doesn't come from anywhere. You have to plan for stuff like this, but we are seeing everything about the housing industry continue to skyrocket, and it's got to give at some point. And I think that when it gives, it's going to be catastrophic. So the commercial real estate is an absolute, it's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. The banks are starting to foreclose left and right. We're seeing more evictions on rental units than we've ever seen. There's these ridiculous moratoriums around the country in certain pockets where they're not evicting people, but the landlords that own these units right now, they are fed up with not paying their mortgage payment, paying for a house and letting somebody live there for free. And again, they're going to be losing these houses left and right. That's going to happen. BlackRock's not going to buy everything. Oh, Dan, the investors are going to pick everything up. They're not. It's not going to happen. But again, if you think that everything's just going to continue to shoot up, I just think that we are in a probably 6-month period to where you're going to see things just turn that corner and there's going to be a problem. Now, if the Fed starts to raise rates and we see mortgage rates creep up higher than they are right now, the average $400,000 mortgage is going to cost people over 40 grand more now than it did 60 days ago. And you can say, oh, we've got better rates and I'm going to have all the mortgage people write me, but there's going to be a problem. The fact that these home builders cannot complete homes right now for months, people will only wait so long. People have no patience right now. People are rude right now. People don't want to wait for lunch. You think they're going to wait to move into their new house? It's not going to happen. It's going to be lawsuit festivals. You're going to see people angry, and you're going to see homeowners do new contingencies on the home that if the home is not done by X date, we're done. And the builders are going to have to say, okay, we'll agree to that, and they're not going to be able to meet those requirements. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because it cannot continue to go up forever. And when you look at everything, it's going to be a problem, and it's going to be a huge, huge, huge problem that is eventually going to turn. And we're not seeing the prices drop as much. Seeing it in certain pockets of the country, and you guys are going to write me and tell me how great it is in South Carolina, and Boise, Idaho is beautiful. Boise, Idaho, you know what? Here's the thing. You know, it's 75 degrees out. I pull my car over and go walk on the beach. It's freezing in Boise right now. Okay, if cash, prizes, women, I wouldn't live there. Okay, I mean, come on, guys. Cold's fun. Cold is like fishing. It's fun for an hour for anybody new to the channel. Okay, snow is fun for 1 hour. That's it, guys. And then it's work. And I don't want to, shovel my driveway out for 45 minutes to go to work. Okay, and it doesn't interest me. But tell me, guys, are you going to continue to see this thing just shoot up? Get out of your house now if you can. Unload it. When you sell your house, don't just go to, oh, I saw Johnny's signs up in the neighborhood. He looks like a good guy. Go ask Johnny. Drill Johnny and make sure Johnny's going to have a plan, have an advertising plan, and not just put a sign inside of a hole in front of your house to unload that house, because I would demand that this guy comes through to get rid of it if that's what you've made your mind up that you're going to live that way. So share your thoughts on this stuff. The Fed, one day we're going to raise rates March 10th. Again, this week, guys. Why didn't they just raise rates this week? Why not just do it now? Why not do it now? Inflation is out of control. Everything is out of control. There's nothing right now that's out there. Hey, buddy. Dog just came up. Nothing is cheaper than it was 60 days ago and a year ago. So that's going to continue. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. I got a bunch more stuff to cover for you guys. But I want to know, because I just think that this is impending doom right now. The tide is so low, you really can't see this, but these are tens of thousands of clams that are out. I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that. How cool is this? There's just so many on the ground. I don't know if you can see them or not, but it's absolutely amazing when the tide's this low. Here's a better shot of the clams. You can just see that there's thousands. Sometimes the numbers that we get fed we're supposed to accept and go, wow, this is fantastic. But you have to scratch your head a little bit. We were just told that our production numbers for our factories went up 1.9% in January. And they're attributing all of this to heating units and different things. And our factories are at a 77% capacity right now, which to me doesn't sound that good. But here's the thing. If you can buy heating in the summertime and cooling in the wintertime, it's always the best way to go with that, to say the least. But if you're freezing and you don't live here, you got to have yourself, your heater installed in your house. But the people that are waiting for this right now, everybody I've talked to has said that it is backed up for months right now. So we're supposed to celebrate this manufacturing number. We got numbers out of Canada for Canada's inflation. And again, I have so many Canadians that have subscribed to this channel, and they're telling us it's at 5.1%, guys. So it's no big deal. 5.1%. You guys are going to get through this. And it's the highest since 1991, blah, blah, blah. But it's no big deal. Well, it's a huge deal. And the number is really not 5.1%. You guys know it because of everything you send me. Beef, chicken, pork, gas, everything. And, we're seeing businesses absolutely shutter right now. The Terribles Casino in Vegas, which was just a classic old casino, down for the count. Why is this? Vegas is having the best time ever. Why are places like Terribles having problems right now? Well, because people are not spending the money, wasting the money in Las Vegas right now. That's one thing. So, we're seeing all these different conflicting things out there that just make you want to scratch your head. Now, the next one, and this one was sent to me as an image from a subscriber, and then I had to check it out. But this could be one of the most insane things I've ever heard of. You've heard of buy now, pay later, for your business. You buy a sofa, you get it now, you pay later. That originally started with, 90 days same as cash, 6 months, 1 year same as cash, things like that. Well, now they can do it with smaller purchases, okay? How about this? How about buy now, pay later on a pizza? That's insane. How about buy now, pay later at Walmart for your groceries? You go, you put 25% down, and you make payments on today's groceries that will be consumed between now and the weekend, and you're going to make 4 payments on that. Is that insane, guys? It's absolutely nuts on some of these programs. Now, the pizza one, there's a company called Zip Now and Zilch, which kind of fitting names, okay? Because I think it's the end of the world personally. But you can go out and you can buy a pizza. You put 25% down. The second payment a week later is 50%. The final payment is 25%. If you sign up for the program, you don't pay any interest on certain of these purchases. Now, what they're banking on is people not to make those payments on time, so then they can charge you the fee, okay? And that's where your pizza for $30 is going to cost you $60. So there's that. But again, what kind of world do we live in where everything is so good that people need to finance a pizza? I mean, that is insane, guys. It's absolutely nuts. And, I don't even know what to say. Your groceries at Walmart, okay? Walmart, this service is available here. It's available in the UK. And again, it's unbelievable. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, on what you think. You think inflation in Canada's at 5%? You think it's 7.5% here, which we know it's not, guys. Just put a 1 in front. Just go 15. It's 15. It's out of control. You get guys like Neil Kashkari that are sitting there saying, whoa, slow down. We don't want to be too aggressive on this. Why not? What is your job to do? The building is on fire. Imagine the firemen pulling up and going, whoa, hang on, guys. Let's assess this and figure out what we're going to do as your building is on fire. Okay? That's what the Fed is doing to our country right now. That's what they're doing before our eyes. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Buy now, pay later on your pizza, guys. Okay? I wonder how many people did this on Super Bowl. I really do. I'm curious about that. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I want to know what you think about this because I think it just shows how bad everything is right now. One thing I need to correct is that I said it was going to take 3 weeks to pay off that pizza. You can take 6 weeks to pay off the pizza, because I found the graphic on it, and here it is. So, is that crazy, guys? Imagine buying a meal, and you're going to take 6 weeks to make installment payments out. Now, people are going to say, Dan, people put restaurant bills in their credit cards all the time. Yeah, but this is totally different, guys. It's just a payday loan for your pizza. So it's nuts. Now, we're seeing great articles. They're all below, okay? How the Fed is re-experiencing voodoo economics. And the Fed, Jerome Powell, when you look at this guy, and you looked at about how in 2021, a year ago, this guy was saying inflation's not a big deal. He's not concerned about it. It's not even on the radar. And now you look at, transitory and all the other things that they came out with, and how bad it is, and how it is the thing that's going to kill everybody. And even CNN came out and said that the Fed is powerless when it comes to inflation and the average American citizen. Wow, okay? Well, that's crazy that CNN is admitting that there's a huge problem with this and the inflationary spike. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because this is something that is happening to everyone in every aspect of every business. There is nothing that they're going to do. Do you really believe that a half-point interest rate, if they raise interest rates half a point, it's going to stop everything from shooting up in price? No. Not when you see businesses that have been open for 50 years go out of business. And the average American is borrowing more on credit cards than ever before. Now, one thing, a lot of my friends try to live the lifestyle that I preach, which is pay everything off. I have one friend, and she showed me these. She got 6 credit card offers for new credit cards in 1 week. From Saturday to Saturday, she got 6 offers. Hey, sign up here, take this one, get that one. 6 in a week, guys. Now, the average American is over $52 billion in new debt in the fourth quarter of last year, and it's only growing, guys. So people are using this money to pay for pizzas and to live and to pay their bills. And this is what everybody sits down and thinks, is that, okay, well, I'll get overtime in the spring. I'll make more money here. I can do my side hustle. What if you can't, guys? What if this is it, man? This is it. Lockdown festival, and things go bad. What's going to happen, guys? Okay? Nobody wants to look at that right now. You got to look at everything. Every possible contingency right now you have to look at for your own sanity and for your own fiscal responsibility. Because again, when the smoke clears, you're the one paying for everything. I'm always finding fascinating things in regards to venture capital and employment and different startups and how to get funding. First thing, if you are an individual, small company, I have a list of business grants in the video description below. You can click on that. Even if you are self-employed or an artist or a writer, there's different grants that are available out there for you. People need to be creative when it comes to this stuff and looking for things like this, because there are associations and different places where you can get money that's out there and it's abundant. The next thing is the Venture Capital Association. Look at this little guy coming up. Venture Capital Association did a survey of 67,000 startups that got funding. And what they determined was that the employment from these startups was up 960% over other industries because they had the funding. And again, guys, this little guy right here. Hey, buddy. And again, guys, if you are looking for a job, people say, I don't want to go to a startup, I don't want to go to a new company. You're foolish, because this is a great article. It's from Business Insider, but check it out. But it talks about how the majority of this money didn't just come from New York and LA, it came from all over the country. Now, one of the best startup hubs that I know of in the medical space is in Nebraska. And Kirk Zeller runs this thing out of Nebraska. And this guy's got connections to Japan. He is an amazing entrepreneur, but a really cool guy because he's made movies. He's done all this really innovative stuff. But you can find people with money around the world. that will help your business and help your venture. And again, they're looking for talented people right now that have more experience. They're sick of the kids. They're sick of the horrible work ethic. If you are older, look at these startups, because when they get funded, they have money to pay guys like you and gals like you for your experience. And, oh, I never thought about it that way, Dan. Yeah, you should. So, plus you can get things like stock options and get yourself rich if it's the next Google, okay? So take a look at that, but the video description, in the video description, you've got the link to the stuff below. So take a look at that, okay? I'm gonna finish this video with these last two stories. And first one is, it is anticipated if oil hits and stays above $100 a barrel, that gasoline across the country will be $5 a gallon. $5 a gallon. If it goes to $150 a barrel, gas will go to $7 a gallon around the country. Stories below, that's insane. But think about this. If you're gonna pay double for gas right now, where does that money come from? Okay? Let me know. Share your thoughts on that, guys, because I don't know where it comes from. The final thing is, there's a restaurateur that is a great article below, that people are so rude. Cameron Mitchell is this guy's name, Cameron Mitchell Restaurants. Everybody is so rude right now since the health crisis started that he's had to hire security. And the security is not for, the security that he's had to hire is for his staff, because people are so rude. It costs him $750,000 a year to have, $750 grand a year to have security guards and people, because people are so unruly, rude when it comes to going to this guy's restaurants and ordering everything. That was a story from CNBC, so check that out. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Don't forget, I have a Patreon channel. If you want to get a hold of me and get more contact with me, you can sign up for Patreon and the email list below. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And thanks for being here.